Windy, how we doing? We're going to play a little game with you. It's called Around the World with Windy. Only if the Eiffel Tower was behind you would things be fitting. Okay, so we're going to hit through a couple storylines here, and we start with the game of the night. The Warriors in Boston taking on the Celtics. Many wondering if Jason Tatum would go off in a revenge for Steve Kerr, giving him limited minutes during the Olympics. Kerr got his booze. Tatum had 32, but the Warriors were a lot to handle for the Jaylen Brownless Celtics. Buddy Hield, was this a statement game?
What do you think? I mean, it's just a statement. If we don't win this game, everybody's like, oh, they didn't play nobody, you know? So you got to come make a statement, right? And on the road, so, you know, that's how the basketball world talks. You know, they say we haven't played nobody yet, so we battle tested and got to see if it's real.
All right, Wendy, how good are these Warriors?
So they have this gauntlet that they're running right now. Boston last night, Cleveland, 9-0 Cleveland Cavs tomorrow night, and then they play in Oklahoma City. And they did have a little bit of a soft schedule, like Buddy Hield was saying. But you know what's ironic about this is Kerr is getting booed because of what happened in the Olympics. But the way Steve Kerr is playing with the Warriors right now is a very Olympic-style game plan. In the Olympics, and Mike Krzyzewski really pioneered this when he was the coach, what they would do is the U.S. has so much more depth than everybody. So he would play 5 guys. He would tell those guys to go out there and run around like crazy until you're exhausted on defense. And then he would bring 5 new guys in. And the idea is you're taking 5 All-Stars out and putting 5 All-Stars in, and it's won the U.S. 5 straight gold medals. That's what Steve Kerr did largely in the Olympics in Paris. It was 5-5, though there were 10, and Tatum was the 11th guy against Serbia. But whatever. What he's using now is he's using 12 or 13 players, and he's playing them Olympic style. He's playing like 7 of them, like between 13 and 20 minutes. They're going out there. They're exhausting themselves on defense, and then he's doing mass subbing. And then he's letting Draymond Green and Steph Curry do the heavy lifting at each end of the court. But it's working. If you watch the way the Warriors play, they play high-pressure defense. They're double-teaming like crazy. Now, if you're a Celtics fan, of course, I need to point out, Jaylen Brown did not play last night.
Yeah.
Kristaps Porzingis didn't play. And it's easier to double team when you're missing 2 dynamic players like that. But they're double teaming. The players get exhausted. Out comes two more come in. And they've got the number 2 defense in the league so far. And if you can limit the Boston Celtics, who have an absolutely dynamic offense, you can do special stuff.
Absolutely. And when you talk about what Wendy's saying, when you're able to blitz the way they did in that first half against the Boston Celtics, you like that right there? Yeah, blitz. That's what they call it.
I feel like I'm sitting next to J.J. Redick.
Don't go that far. When you're able to do that and you have so many guys that can play, you can sub those guys out and move them around. And yes, the Celtics got going in the third quarter and just started knocking down threes. But I think the cool part about it is when you have experience like you have in a Steph Curry and you have in a Draymond Green, you got to get to the fourth quarter. Once you get to the fourth quarter and you get to winning time, you put the ball in those guys' hands and allow them to do their thing. But the fun thing for this team is when you talk about Kerr playing multiple guys, the only way you can do that is guys have to step up and make plays and earn those minutes. Guys like Jonathan Kuminga coming off the bench playing well. Guy like Buddy Hield you bring over there, and he's making the big 3 at the end of the game to secure it. Those are the moments and the players that are stepping up that allows him to play that rotation.
Wendy, I have a question for you, just as like an observer, okay? I watched this game a little bit last night. Do they have enough size? Because I think, again, just being a fan of the NBA with Denver, do they have enough size? Because I didn't see a lot on the court.
That is a question, and one of the things that's also happened this year is Kevon Looney, who frankly last year, he was their center for all their championships. He sort of played a bit role with Andrew Bogut for a while. Looney, frankly, was just not good last year, and people were wondering, is Looney past his prime? Looney has been awesome. Looney had several big-time putbacks last night as well. So, yeah, I do think it's a concern on the whole, but if this Kevon Looney lasts, they might be able to triage it. Also going to say, now, they may not want to do anything with this roster because it's so good, but the Warriors are the biggest candidate in my mind to make a big trade. They tried to trade for LeBron James last trade deadline. I know it was was one of the most amazing stories that Woj and Ramona reported all last year was that trade talks went down. Okay, that didn't happen. Then they tried to trade for Paul George. Then they tried to trade for Lauri Markkanen. This is a team that's got an itchy trigger finger trying to make a big deal. All of these players' value are increasing as this happens. I mean, that's one of the stories of they're getting more production. Yeah, sorry.
No. I wanted you to finish your thought there, but I'm just curious. Do you know anyone that they have their eye on?
I know that's what the next question is going to be. Let's just wait and see.
Okay.
I think they don't feel the pressure to do that. I just know that it's something that they've kicked around. So they're a team that not only has so much going for them right now, they have what's needed to potentially make a trade later. And I'll just bring up Buddy Hield. Jason brought up Buddy Hield. Buddy Hield is making $30 million, actually more than that, like $33 million less than Klay Thompson did last year. And he has basically been a better player. He is shooting a higher percentage on the same volume of three-point shots. Now, is that going to hold up? Probably not. But even if he regresses a little bit, they're getting so much production out of him at so much less cost. Yeah. It's just an indication of how much more dynamic this roster is now than they were a year ago. And Buddy Hield is thrilled to be there. He's happy to be a Warrior. Klay was in a miserable mood a lot of last season.
Yeah, so right now that's working out for them, but we got to stay tuned on that and see if it continues. All right, around the world we go to the Lakers match up with the Grizz in Memphis. The Lakers have dropped 4 of their last 5, including last night's loss against John. The Grizzlies' new head coach, J.J. Redick, is already getting frustrated with the media.
J.J., you're talking a lot about 2 or 3 guys, getting them to put in the effort. You've talked a lot about wanting to play hard and LeBron being the guy that played hard in tonight's game. How do you address that with the team? What's your philosophy for approaching that?
I just did.
I love it.
JJ being JJ. Wendy, are these the same old Lakers?
Yes, and these are 2 things I could have predicted. One, the Lakers having trouble on defense with the exact same roster they had a year ago, and JJ getting frustrated a little bit at times during press conferences and being very entertaining in the process. I think we're going to continue to see both of those things throughout the season. JJ has done a very good job with the Lakers making their offense a little bit more dynamic, but they brought back the same roster, guys. They brought back the same roster, and the same problems that Darvin Ham had on defense, J.J. Redick is now dealing with. They are 28th in defense so far, and that is, you can't be a competitive team and be that bad on defense. And their problem is they don't have perimeter defenders. They didn't have them last year, which is why you had Darvin Ham searching up and down his roster, trying to find guys to do it. At one point last year, he didn't bench D'Angelo Russell, but he took D'Angelo Russell out of the starting lineup because him and Austin Reeves playing together was just untenable trying to defend. Last night, JJ, basically questioned D'Angelo Russell's effort right in front of everybody. Like Darvin Ham was doing that last year, just not necessarily in a press conference setting. It's the same situation. And then last night, you got Anthony Davis out. Anthony Davis has been their best player so far. And when you take out that kind of production, you just can't replace it if you can't defend. And so this is why I think predicting what was going to happen with the Lakers this year was one of the easiest things to do, because they're going to probably be headed for the play-in. They've got some stuff going for them, which is why they're 4-4. They're not like the Bucks and 76ers that are at the bottom. They're respectable. If they were in the East, they'd be in 3rd place. But they're going to be limited because they can't defend on the perimeter, and JJ's already feeling that trouble.
But Wendy, the one thing you say Darvin Ham did a little bit last year with D'Angelo Russell, JJ going in and calling him out in front of everybody, does that type of coaching and that type of atmosphere change things for the Lakers and maybe bring out the best in guys when you're willing to challenge them in front of their peers and in front of the media at that?
I guess maybe. I mean, D'Angelo Russell's been in the league 7-8 years. I think he is the player that he is, but I will acknowledge that players can change stuff in the middle of their career. The issue really is that the Lakers' one remedy is to have their coach kind of goad them and kind of try to get more out of them. Ideally, you would have made changes to your makeup so that this wouldn't be such a problem year over year. And they just didn't do that. They elected not to change their roster. The big move they made was drafting Dalton Knecht, who, by the way, JJ started last night, and he's got a very interesting future, but he is an offensive player. He's a shooter, not a defender. They have shooters, non-defenders already that they're playing. The guy that they did sort of invest in was Max Christie, who was already on their roster that Darvin Ham didn't play last year, really, and he's not getting a much bigger role so far this year.
Beal shot. It goes right to Oubre, and finally he's human. And now we got a fight. We have a legitimate fight here. And this is spilled behind the basket standard. Draymond's involved.
Well, he's going to be gone. He already has one technical. Man, I don't see how this...
Steph and KD are...
It seemed like just a normal play, good defense. You got the ball and you're ready to go.
It was a missed shot, and then you had a headlock going on.
I didn't see any punches. I saw just a little tug of war, but...
Now, Draymond's jersey's ripped.
Monk puts it up. And Curry's got the board. Green gets tied up.
Now watch him grab Draymond right there. Now that right there.
Sacramento up by 4. So that's it for Draymond Green. He's done.
And then Anderson picks it back up.
Clark inside is fouled. And they're going to look at that one as Clark went down. Draymond Green immediately went to look to help him up after the foul.
Green putting a move on Adams. And he is fouled.
And down goes Adams once again. He's been living on the floor throughout the first 3 games of this Western Conference Final.
As I mentioned earlier, playing with that bruised right thumb, took a couple of shots in game 2.
A finals record now for most threes by a team. Curry had a notion there to Barnes. Green and James jawing at each other while play continues. Iguodala the pull-up. That won't go. And a double foul is going to be called. Green starting to walk away. James has more words. Remember, Draymond Green is 1 flagrant foul and 2 technicals away from being suspended.
Just under 5 remaining here in the third. Holiday. Solomon Hill will just check back in, not able to hit. Big pile-up between Davis and Green.
Anthony Davis does not deserve that foul. We really have to stop penalizing the second guy that gets caught. Look, first of all, does he get pulled down? Yes. Now watch this. Arms over the legs. Now watch this.
No.
And no, but we're not done yet. Watch this. Where did Davis foul?
For 20, Rockets point.
Ariza to inbound. Picked up.
For 20, Rockets point.
Ariza to inbound.
Working on Wiggins. We'll step back 3. And so we're scoreless. We'll stay 0-0 the first 2 minutes. And then look at Klay Thompson and McDaniels. What is going on with that? Wow. You've got a full-on fracas going on. Draymond came in to defend Klay. This got out of hand very quickly.
Look at Klay Thompson's jersey. It's ripped up. Doing that. This ain't that. Klay and McDaniels going out of here, and then all of a sudden Gobert comes in, and Draymond's like, no.
Yeah, it's
chill out.
And then Draymond, he headlocked Gobert there. So Draymond came in to defend Klay. This got out of hand very quickly. Thing like that. What was Jaden McDaniels doing?
They were going at each other's heads. That was serious.
Beal just picked up his 3rd foul. And now Green runs over Nurkic, and he'll be called for the foul, and they're going to take a look at this. See Jason Goble indicating they will go to the monitor here. Nurkic is down in a heap. Green just plows right over Nurkic. And we'll see if there's anything.
To put both Curry and Thompson on that baseline and run them off Green. Thompson! Boy, talk about catching fire here.
Oh, my goodness.
And I think they're going to take a look.
They will take. They'll review this.
On that follow-through by Klay Thompson. No, that's Draymond Green.
Man, Green.
That's Draymond Green.
Oh!
Looked like.
Picked off by Jefferson. Hard foul by Green on James. And Richard Jefferson in the face of Draymond Green. Looked like a shot to the chest. There is history.
Jefferson, this wasn't that hard of a foul. It's not going to end the world. But Jefferson knows his team needs some energy. If I step up and I get a technical or I don't foul you, it doesn't matter. We're down 17 anyway. We need something to be the catalyst and to give us energy. And I believe that Jefferson, because that's just a regular foul. I don't care what year it is.
They're going to make shots. And what he's doing defensively is Draymond Green gets called for a foul. Carmelo Anthony threw down his headband and he's looking at Draymond Green. Anthony thought there was something dirty there. Anthony's already picked up a technical. So is Draymond Green. The officials quickly getting them away. Anthony is upset about. Now, was that momentum from the attempt on the shot block?
Here's George, cross court to Leonard. Leonard downhill, a whistle and a foul. That's going to go against Draymond, who grabbed Kawhi by the arm, or maybe the arms got tied up. Two of them exchanging words through the mask. And I'm betting they're going to go to the monitor. And
if it meets the criteria for a flagrant foul.
One more look at it from this angle. Arms got tied up.
2 tonight, down by 3. Second overtime clock at 2:15. Durant, 3, no. Anderson couldn't get it from Green. Livingston grabs the ball, and a whistle and a foul. And Harden is down.
After the play, here's the shot by Green. Oh, this is a play on to me. In my opinion, it's a foul. 2 free throws, we play on.
Kevin Durant guarding James Harden. He wanted this assignment.
Harden off the dribble. Right at the rim.
Technical foul on Draymond Green with the shove to the bearded one's chest. Already James Harden letting his presence be known here, taking the ball out of bounds right here. A little bit of a shove to the chest.
Well, we expected chippiness, but perhaps not within a minute 7.
I don't know why Draymond is complaining here.
James drives, and his foul got hit in the face, and he went down quickly. On a hard drive to the basket. Yeah, right up the face. But what are you arguing about? That's my question. And he gets a technical foul. Ed Malloy. Draymond going to the bench.
James running the floor. Pass to Caruso. Back to James, and he's fouled. Draymond Green would not let him get a layup. And James goes down, holding his head. Goes up the block. This is a huge call, again, because it will be free throws and possession.
But it will be.
Well, let's bring in Steve Javie and get his thoughts. All right, Steve, your thoughts on Draymond Green and that foul?
Oh, please. And he jammed his finger, Marquise Chris. Ed Malloy made the call from across the court. Oh, please.
That's going to happen. It'll probably be Steph. Cool, knocked it away. Draymond's like, hey, I'm going to get it. Draymond got it. They'll say he had possession, so they reset the shot clock. He also held it back to knock Kevin Porter down. That was 94 feet back and forth. They caught off guard, and then he just kind of ran into. He couldn't stop himself. He was going so fast.
Harden loses his defender. Finds an open George in the corner for the tie. Man with a rebound. Bear hugs it. Brought to the ground. And a jump ball. Hustle play for both players, Green and Terrence Mann.
Possession. There's 1, 2. Are you allowed to take 3 steps holding on to the ball?
They do call the foul on Draymond Green. The initial play had me thinking that Green had his hands all over the ball.
Off the floor comes Gordon as we cross the 5-minute mark. Green plays it brilliantly. Oh boy, those two not to be separated. It has been brewing between those two. Steph Curry, who missed 4 free throws in a game on Sunday for the first time in his career.
Brooks by Green puts it up and in. Oh, and they're talking. They're discussing the podcast.
Man to beat, Klay Thompson. He'll put it up and in. Their counterattack is serious tonight. Watch out now. Mitchell and Draymond. Just keep Draymond away so he doesn't get another tech. That's the awareness there. You don't want Draymond getting run. Mitchell, I think, was frustrated that he got his pocket picked, but you know what? He's going to send Draymond to the foul line. Yeah, he might have been just trying to bait Draymond into another tech, you know? Donovan Mitchell knows how important Draymond is. Lamb staying with them. Killian Hayes, elbow jumper, rimming out. Draymond had the box out. Nobody come and got the ball. He took Stewart out of the play, but nobody could grab it. Bogdanovich, Sadiq Bey, an open 3. Perfect. And now, Isaiah Stewart and Draymond Green. Remember, Draymond already has 1 T in this game. They came together. Ed Malone boxed out Draymond. So you can have a Warrior timeout down 5. Draymond had the perfect box out. Isaiah Stewart grabbed his jersey. So then Draymond's like, well, I'm going to grab your jersey. Well, then Isaiah Stewart got even rougher, grabbed his jersey and pulled him. And Draymond, immediately, he knows he has 1 technical already. He just diffused the situation.
Durant to Livingston. Livingston will pull up the jump shot. That won't go. And a late whistle and a foul on Tristan Thompson, who's just been thrown out of the game. Now Green and Tristan Thompson going at it with 2.6 remaining. Get a different angle on it. Then afterwards, Thompson says something and puts the ball into Green's face.
You can't do that.
No punches thrown.
He was tossed before that.
He stayed down. Luka Dallas stayed down on that one. The Jet Jinx. 5 more extra minutes.
So now you've done this work and did it defensively. Did the 11-0.